Hello, my name is Jacquez Johnson, and I'll be doing assignment number 7, culturally competent helping for Dr. Rogers' class. Now, for the sake of the assignment, I'm going to reference people that I met from ETSU or met some people that I met in my life. Now, for starters, as I know, I'm an African American male that have autism, which I explained from my assignment number 8 assignment. Now, I did know someone that had autism that is autistic on the spectrum, but race and ethnicity wise is different. I have a godbrother named Sam Macklin, who is a Caucasian male that have autism. Had the same disability as me, but of his skin color is different. Sam Macklin is living at Orlando, Florida. He's about in his 27, and he lives in Orlando, Florida, or certain parts of Florida. He's married with a wife and have 2 kids and work as a firefighter. Now, what makes us different is that since he's a Caucasian, he had most of the benefits that being white. Now, mostly for that, he mostly have higher paying job. His wage is a little bit higher. He might have most benefits that most people never had. He live in a good neighborhood because of his skin color. And then his situation dates. Usually, his skin color give him an advantage, but still he have autism. And like I said, people with autism is not being treated fairly in the community, in everyday community. So in his life, he had been picked on and being bullied on and being mistreated from his fellow students. And he have trouble with his learning. So he gotta have tutors and other counseling in order to cope with that. That will really set us apart. Now, for my benefits or privilege, as I know, in America, while we live in America, we don't have no benefits or we don't have no privilege in America. So for me, from being African American, since I know any other some cops will shoot a black person to death if they cross our line. So we really don't have no benefits compared to most. So that means I don't have no benefits that comes for some white males, Asian males, Hispanic males, or any other group out there. But I guess the only benefits I have, disability-wise, is that I have help, I have counseling, and I have most scholarships because of my disabilities. The drawback or challenges I face is mostly communication skills, since I have trouble communicating with people in my group especially and outside my group. And I have learning problems, and for that, for people with disability, they have a hard time trying to get employed. That's what I usually struggle at. And for my race, I have the drawback and challenge I face is stereotype, being called out because of my race, being racially profiled because of that from cops, being called racial slurs from most people, and then mostly I'm really not safe everywhere I go in America, whether it's in Nebraska, Idaho, Oregon, Florida, any other parts where it's dominantly white. I'm not safe because I might end up getting shot or killed or beaten, because it's really hard to live and being black in America. Now in Africa, if I had to talk about benefits, I think we got more benefits if I take a trip to Africa, because you have people that looks like me and know they won't act and stereotypical things to you while you at there. And that way people don't get the big idea that in here that we aren't being appreciated, even though we serve the United States. We just voluntarily build this country, while in Africa they look at us as family. Group pass. That's why I said, like, the group pass, I already explained about the voluntary Build America, since most of Americans, or so-called Americans, drag us to Africa to do their work, pick cotton, even though they can pick it for themselves, but they still want to get us Africans to do it for them. We serve the military and then fight and come back being mentally scarred, and then we still ain't getting no things for our service we're doing in this country. So it's a space of our history, 1,000 years of oppression on racism and white supremacy. It's really never gonna change, and really is a great idea that I know a lot about my past and know where I'm at. Now, any stereotypes, people can call me multiple names because of that. They might call me like the N-word. They call me retarded. They call me a male, a female, hater, whatever, based on gender, race, disability. They can call me a lot of things, but really, when they called me the N-word, it's not gonna fade me not one bit from it. Now, disability, however, it's just, I just trying to grown off and say words cannot hurt me, but if they say some of that stuff, I might report it, I might sue them, and I might get paid. So it really don't affect me not one bit at all, honestly. Prejudices that I have in the past, it's really based when I'm in elementary school, middle school, or high school, when people really start saying things about me, really started make me tick. I started losing it. And the worst part being having autism in my own community is that not only it's worse that I'm being African American and then people hate me because I'm black outside my community, but I also have people inside community that won't like me because of my disability. So every time when I'm have an outburst, they always go blaming on me, even though they say you might hurt someone, you might hit someone, even though I'm not the type of person who would like to hit someone if I have a reason to. So it's really just, I mean, truly, all back when I was a child, really just messed me up today, to the fact that I'm afraid of confrontation, I'm afraid of communication, and well, to be communication. So for me, being a human service professional and working with people, I like to work with people that have been to the same steps as I have. Not only being African American, but definitely being having autism. I would like to share that with them, saying, just because you're different doesn't mean you're not an outsider. You are still you, and being autism, look at autism as a gift. That, okay, you may be different, but you have something that they don't have, and you gotta have to express it, and you gotta really have to bring your problems into something creative. And that's what's mostly I can really compare mostly myself to my god brother Sam. For that, the only difference we have is like being different race, but we still share the same disability. It's just our skin color is different. And that is assignment number 7 for Dr. Watts' Intro to Human Service class, and I Thank you for your time.